The World on the Brink, a game of nuclear chess with humanity's fate as the prize. For 13 harrowing days in October 1962, the world held its breath, closer to nuclear war than ever before or since. Today we delve into the Cuban Missile Crisis, a terrifying standoff that pushed humanity to the very edge of annihilation. To understand the crisis, we must first grasp the volatile landscape of the Cold War. Tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union were at an all-time high, a constant ideological and military struggle. In 1961, the failed US-backed Bay of Pigs invasion of Cuba had deeply embarrassed President Kennedy and pushed Fidel Castro's communist regime even closer to the Soviet Union. Adding to the strategic imbalance, the US had already placed Jupiter ballistic missiles in Turkey, directly threatening the Soviet heartland. Cuba, just 90 miles off the coast of Florida, became a crucial pawn in this global chess match. The Soviets, seeking to counter the US missile threat and protect their Cuban ally, saw an opportunity to shift the balance of power dramatically. The crisis erupted on October 14, 1962, when a U-2 spy plane captured undeniable photographic evidence of Soviet medium-range ballistic missile sites under construction in Cuba. These missiles, once operational, could strike most major U.S. cities within minutes. President Kennedy immediately convened a secret group of advisors, the Executive Committee of the National Security Council, or EXCOM, to weigh their terrifying options. This was a true moment of truth. The choices were stark: a full-scale invasion of Cuba, which risked direct war with the Soviets, or a naval blockade, which Kennedy termed a quarantine, to prevent further military shipments. Kennedy chose the latter, announcing it to the world on October 22nd. For the next week, the world watched, paralyzed, as Soviet ships approached the quarantine line. Diplomacy became a desperate dance between Kennedy and Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev, with Fidel Castro in Cuba urging a more aggressive stance. The brinkmanship was intense, with both sides making preparations for war. Submarines were tracked, B-52 bombers were airborne, and the fate of millions hung in the balance. Finally, after days of terrifying uncertainty, a resolution was reached on October 28th. Khrushchev agreed to remove the missiles from Cuba in exchange for a public U.S. pledge not to invade Cuba. But there was also a crucial secret component to the deal. The U.S. would quietly remove its Jupiter missiles from Turkey. This secret agreement, revealed years later, underscored the delicate and often hidden complexities of Cold War diplomacy. The Cuban Missile Crisis profoundly reshaped international relations. It led to the establishment of the Moscow-Washington Hotline, a direct communication link to prevent future misunderstandings. It also ushered in a period of détente, a thawing of Cold War tensions, as both superpowers recognized the catastrophic consequences of nuclear confrontation. The crisis redefined nuclear strategy, emphasizing the importance of crisis management and the terrifying concept of mutually assured destruction, or MAD. The Cuban Missile Crisis stands as a stark, chilling reminder of humanity's capacity for both self-destruction and survival. It was a period when the world truly stared into the abyss, and through a combination of diplomacy, brinkmanship, and perhaps a little luck, pulled back from the edge. But as we reflect on those 13 days, it begs the question: how do leaders navigate the tightrope between peace and catastrophe in a nuclear age? If this deep dive into a pivotal moment in history captivated you, please give this video a like, share it with fellow history enthusiasts, and subscribe to History Explained for more insights into our past. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next episode, where we'll explore how machines remade humanity in the Industrial Revolution, forging the modern world.